This convicted felon was caught with a weapon and faced a lengthy sentence. But with kids depending on him, will his lawyer persuade Judge Boyd to spare him from prison?
All right, you're charged with unlawfully carrying a weapon with a felony conviction. Normally, the range of punishment for that is 2 to 20 years. If the state is able to prove the repeat enhancement allegation, then that will mean your range of punishment will be anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
Court is calling 2024 CR 0622, State of Texas versus Aldo Salas. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason, get your head for the state, Your Honor.
Defense?
Paul Goki, we're ready in the plea, Your Honor.
And are you Mr. Salas?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court will note for the record that the court has an acknowledgement of discovery that was signed on December 10th, 2024. Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mrs. Salas, did you review the application for deferred adjudication or community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Waiving count 2, proceeding on count 1 and the repeated.
All right, did you review the court admonishments and defendant's waivers with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're charged with unlawfully carrying a weapon with a felony conviction. Normally, the range of punishment for that is 2 to 20 years. If the state is able to prove the repeat enhancement allegation, then that will mean your range of punishment will be anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that the court would grant your application for deferred adjudication? If for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and the court could sentence you up to life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, ma'am.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
That's my opinion.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
That's my opinion as well.
Sir, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on count 2. You're to agree that you've been previously convicted of a felony for purposes of enhancement. There's a $2,000 fine. There's an affirmative finding of a deadly weapon or an offense not eligible for judge-ordered community supervision. The state recommends deferred adjudication. The state will take in consideration County Court Cause number 717682. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it? In both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
Say again, ma'am?
Have there been any such motions?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 10 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 250 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's go off the record for a moment.
Yeah.
And if you don't mind to get your clients also, please.
Yeah. Here, right there, put your initials. They're taking that deadly weapon. That makes you ineligible. Sorry, I missed that.
No problem. All right, so we're back on the record. So according to your plea bargain agreement, there's not an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. So did you understand all of that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, then to the offense in count one, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
And to the repeat offender enhancement allegation, true or not true?
True.
State any evidence. Any objection?
No objection, ma'am.
All right, state you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. The court will find the enhancement true based upon your plea of true and based upon states exhibits 1 and attachments. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Not at this time, Your Honor. I understand that the court may order a PSI.
I don't need a PSI.
Okay,
unless you-
he is a father, Your Honor.
Mhm.
And he is anxious to get back and be a father to his children and will be on his best behavior. He's going to have a problem doing community service and catching up, taking care of his children and helping with the family. That's why I ask you to not adopt that finding. He also is, for all practical purposes, indigent. I was hired by the family. And if the court would suspend imposition of the fine, it would help him in his rehabilitation.
All right. How many children do you have?
2, ma'am.
And do you live with them?
Right now, no, I've been incarcerated right now about 15 months, but they were living with me before this incident occurred. I'm trying to they're with their mother right now, and she's struggling, so I'm just trying to get back to them as soon as possible.
How far did you go in school?
I got my high school diploma.
What are you planning on doing with the rest of your life as far as employment?
I do carpentry, concrete work, construction. That's what I've been doing for the past 7, 8 years.
Okay.
And I enjoy doing the work that I do, and that's how I've been supporting my kids.
All right, and has there been any drug use in the past?
No, ma'am.
All right, they say you were in the car and there was marijuana.
Yes, ma'am.
So have you done marijuana in the past?
I've done it in the past, but I don't.
No, I'm
use it.
asking.
I've
no,
done
That's
it-
about the
yeah,
past, too.
Yes, ma'am.
So what else other than marijuana?
Alcohol.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. Court is going to sentence you to 10 years deferred adjudication, gang supervision, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment within 30 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors, $2,000 fine, that will be probated, CPS compliance if applicable, 250 hours of community service restitution, 100 hours will be waived once you've completed parenting classes. 150 will be waived if you obtain some sort of certificate from a trade school. Take in consideration 717682. There's going to be a TAP evaluation in custody. Follow recommendations of TAP. Field visits 1 time per month for 6 months. Probation, is there anything else? All right, is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, ma'am.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. In this court, to be successful on probation, communication is key. Speak with your probation officer if you have an issue. and you feel like they're not addressing it, you're gonna always come back to the court and address it with me. You're not allowed to own or possess any weapons. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you. They're gonna go over conditions with you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're welcome.